I just, there's so much happening, and of course, I'm not one to hold my tongue on any issue or numbers of issues. I mean, I must speak for my right? Yes, correct is right. And I can't hold my tongue forever while everything passes me by or goes on and on without end. And I know how everything is infinite. And some people even think we're all going to live infinitely. There's no end to death, even though we've all experienced and saw people die. I mean, I've witnessed at least 2 deaths in my family. My mother and my father now passed and gone on to maybe greener pastures, but both are now departed. So I know we all are quite aware that death, D-E-A-T-H, is very certain. And no two things are certain, right? Death and taxes. And depending on how you spell, some people spell, there are a number of debts, right? There's D-B-T and D-E-A-T-H. And actually, 2 things are certain, D-E-A-T-H and taxes for those people who work are certain to experience for sure both D-E-A-T-H and taxes. And then people who don't work and don't pay taxes experience work existing how? On the taxpayer's dime and nickels and dimes and what have you. I know my monies are being taken from each and every taxpayer's pocket to pay for quite a number of bridges or excuse me, everybody knows monies go to fund different things that even the wisest taxpayer at times aren't aware of what each and every government is doing with the money. And so we all have had our guesses, but we know for certain now, a certain time in one's lifetime, and each and every taxpayer lifetime, you realize and you've come to grips and terms with the fact of the matter is lots of governments advocate for things that taxpayers didn't necessarily need or want or require, and still don't need, want, or require. And this is why I, Jennifer Elizabeth Strachan, to take up my own mic, get myself together and do come on air online. And even when I'm offline, I'm advocating, doing right for myself. And when some mess approaches me or confronts me or speaking behind my back or trying to be at my side, speaking ill about me, and then I certainly do speak for myself and advocate for myself. The first thing a pilot does, or we've all heard the analogy about, lots of us would have listened, learning people and teaching people, and people who are serious about life would have paid heed to the analogies about, what does the airline and the airline incident, what happens, what is the occurrences. And so people who have children, for whatever reasons, I don't know, because I don't have any children myself, because I have myself to take care of. And this is quite a job for me, taking care of myself. And I couldn't imagine taking care of any kids or children or what you all call them. What is the description of kids and children these days in 2025? I really couldn't even imagine, and I don't play with it. I don't play with them because I really have no time. And I'm just saying that people who decide to have kids and children of their own, that's y'all's responsibilities and obligations. And speaking about kids and children, birthers and birther scammers, ever noticed that 35 years trillions, those that of the basket of deplorables that haven't worked, but they've gotten money from my taxpaying pocket. And that's where my money went really and truly, and that's where single individuals, taxpayers' monies went mostly, is to birther scammers and birthers that don't work. They didn't work prior to having kids, and they certainly aren't looking or trying to work after or keep a job after. But however, they are birthers, and they have a population in their basket, in their box, in the building, and in buildings in America. They've built making a populations. And ever notice that all it says about its population is it's their businesses, and they can do whatever they want, and they act as such animals. So in the conversations and the narratives and the tales that went around, we've all come to grips. When are we leaving? What time are we coming? How long are we staying? How long am I going? When am I leaving? So I've come to grips, and many other people would have come to grips too. And I describe it as such. I describe it as coming to grips, knowing full well in my own capacity what is happening here. And so in the conversations that came up, the question came. How he know you all have businesses? Because somewhere the men are involved too, and sperm is involved, and it takes an egg and sperm to make kids and children. So there was all the whole merry-go-round and conversations and tales and noise in the market, and poof. And when people was trying to tell single taxpayers and trying to even to tell men some nonsense, the question came up, well, how he know? How he know y'all have businesses? And furthermore, when I, Jennifer Elizabeth Strachan, here say those scripted voices that still are at inequity against my name, life, and business say, what's your name? I got you, you know. Well, the same question is applicable. How she know about your business? You all have a business. You all have businesses, many businesses. How she know you all have businesses? And for their businesses, they have pushed and tried to shove it all, a basket of ill-mannered deplorables, down the throats and in the ears and in the sights of single individual taxpayers, such as Jennifer Elizabeth Strachan. Now, Jennifer Elizabeth Strachan always knew enough to know that an attack against Jennifer Elizabeth Strachan, name, life, and business, is an attack against Jennifer Elizabeth Strachan freedom, liberty, and rights to own name, life, and business. And so here in America, something's utterly wrong. Something is noisily, brazenly, not just utterly, something is brazenly wrong. Some things that never should have birthed in America. Some people like to say, I breed American. I couldn't say that. I'm born pure breed Grenadian, Jennifer Elizabeth Strachan. But some people, birthers that have kids and children, and what are their names and titles in America, they like to say, push that around, their weights and their heaviness and their advocacy and whatever it is they're doing in America. They like to say they breed America. And what comes out of their bodies have the same energies about breed America. But meanwhile, no, that's not good for America. What they have done, even Joe Biden says, it's so un-American. You know, so it's all been a laugh. I've been looking at you all, watching you all, looking into the cases, looking into the matter. Y'all need to shut up and stop saying that foolishness about you can breed American, y'all breed American. What y'all have done, y'all have made a mess of America and the tax-paying workers' money. That's what y'all do. Y'all breed destruction. That's what y'all did and doing. Breeding destruction. And even Joe Biden says it's so un-American. You know, because no real true American who isn't felon in bed with it all would never ever destroy America in the manner in which those that came into America and are kidding themselves with kids and all of that junk, they're really, really destroying society and America. Society as a whole. And so people of all nations have witnessed those that are such lethality, and the American people and the American taxpaying citizen, individually, such as myself, Jennifer Elizabeth Strachan, and severally, all single and all taxpayers have witnessed such a destruction. And so that is all why each day is a day to do the best and achieve even more and the most greatness ever. I do so individually in my practice every day. I wake up and I've explained I've mentioned my happiness and gladness being in the land of the living, where I know is only two things are really certain. I am sure as I'm alive, there's also taxes. Before I die, I'm paying taxes here. I live and work, studied, involved in school in my studies, and work and paying taxes. So before I die, I'm paying taxes. And the other thing coming to me, I'm going to get my benefits before I die, which is, oh my God, I don't even want to think at what age. But also then the other thing, everybody's coming to everyone alive, is DATH. Now, those that aren't paying taxes, they're sure getting the DBT debt. They're in DBT debt, and they're certainly getting DATH also. So again, today I'm alive. I'm glad and happy. I'm in the land of the living, making myself feel alive and be alive as I work and speak and do what I'm doing. And I've witnessed a lot of things, more bad than good, however. Quite a lot of bad, terrible, all levels of badness, and I've witnessed some levels of goodness, myself included in the box of bright tools in America. I know there are many tools here in the box, bright, and there's so much more that isn't brighter or bright. It's so darker, darkest. Those are in their darkest days and nights, actually. And many are rusty, as hell made hell, and of hell, and needs to retool themselves, because it all grew and grows to show that they reach levels of crazy and sick, and in spite of all the mass amounts of monies that they have. So have you ever seen people riches, all levels of richness, and they are still sickest, the more sick, the most sick ever? And should that be the thing, those be the things that are keeping people from getting from earning my money, my paycheck before I die? No, I certainly, I'm not begging. They beg to defer against the life who they're targeting, the rightful tax-paying educated citizens such as myself. They beg and steal and stole to have a confrontational existence. But meanwhile, I've been working in PEAC, peacefulness. Knowledge is wisdom, and I am certainly glad again. Today I am alive. Jennifer Elizabeth Strachan, I am. And again, today is February 13th, 2025. Alive in the land of living, at work. And I just wanted to make a notation that each day is a day to do the best and achieve even more greatness, and I am certainly doing this myself. So kudos to me and everyone who is trying, and I've seen, and I know for certain, without the obstacles, there are some people, it's very obvious who is who. And people should not make kids and kid themselves and then try and kid any single taxpaying educated individual taxpayer. Because single and educated vested taxpayers are people, person. 2, TOO. Never mind what two numbers made messes of themselves. But single and educated and vested taxpayers are human. 2, TOO.